Whenever you're thinking about a Wells Fargo credit card, especially if you want to get approved ASAP, you need to have a clear idea about the kind of card that you need because Wells Fargo has a constellation of credit cards, and a lot of applicants, first time applicants, or experienced applicants for that matter, they actually have no idea. They have no idea about what kind of card that they're looking for. So don't make that mistake. You really want to have a clear idea. So when we speak about Wells Fargo, which kind of cards do you need? Do you want to go after the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card? This is actually a cashback credit card. So this is a card that allows you to earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. If that's what you want, then this is really cool. Or are you looking for the built MasterCard, the Wells Fargo Autograph Card, the Wells Fargo Reflect Card, the Choice Privileges MasterCard credit card, or the Choice Privileges Select MasterCard? So you really need to sit down with yourself or your family, your spouse, or whatever. You need to have a clear idea. So if you want to have the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, this card is great because it allows you to have 0% intro APR for 15 months from account opening on purchases and qualifying balance transfers. You also have a $200 cash rewards bonus when you spend, let's say, $500 in purchases for the first 3 months. So this is kind of cool. If you want to go with the Built MasterCard, the Built MasterCard is a credit card that lets you earn points on rent and more. So you have 1x points on rent payments, 2x points on travel, 3x points on dining. We actually have an entire show on the Built MasterCard. Or if you want to go with the Wells Fargo Autograph Card, this is a card that allows you to earn 3x points for many ways to keep life in motion. So you are doing a lot of things. You can actually earn, as a welcome bonus, you have 20,000 bonus points when you spend $1,000 in purchases in the first 3 months. So the bottom line here is that you have a constellation of credit cards. And then you have the Wells Fargo Reflect Card. It's a card that actually has one of the lowest APR. You have a 0% APR for 21 months. And then you have the Choice Privileges MasterCard credit card. It's a card that allows you to actually earn 60,000, more than 60,000 bonus points when you spend a certain amount in the Choice Privileges ecosystem. So you got to have a clear idea. So this is really important. I want you to sit down and know exactly what you want. So once you sit down and have a clear idea what you want, the next thing is you need to have a steps. You need to actually have a methodology to get approved for a Wells Fargo credit card. So let's say you want to go with the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, or you want to go after the Build MasterCard. The thing here is that you need to narrow down your options based on rewards, rates, and fees. And you should focus on whatever you should focus on. You want to focus on the kind of cars you want. And if you think about it, rewards cards in general from Wells Fargo are great for people who pay in full every month. 0% card are great for carrying a balance for a limited time. And no annual fee cards are great for light spenders or infrequent users, okay? So if you want to apply for a Wells Fargo credit card, it's just, you have a lot of options. You can apply online. You could apply at a branch, or actually in some cases, Wells Fargo will send you a pre-screened offer. What you do is you can actually use the return envelope enclosed in a mail offer. Okay, you can also enter the reservation number to mark your application on the Wells Fargo website. Unfortunately, you will not be able to apply for Wells Fargo card by phone at this time because they actually are changing the rules state by state. They used to give that option. I think about 1 or 2 years ago, like pre-COVID. I don't know what happened, but since COVID happened, they changed things a little bit. And in terms of approval time, well-qualified online applicants may receive instant approval. Otherwise, you will receive a card within 5 to 7 business days, or you will receive a denial letter. You may also be able to get expedited in terms of your card delivery for a certain fee. So if we were talking about today's conversation, we're having a conversation about what? How to get approved for Wells Fargo credit card. So try to explore the Wells Fargo credit card variety. Choose one that works for you. Apply online, apply via mail, or apply like at a branch. And so once you get your credit card, it's pretty fine. They will ask you information about your income, your employment status, your housing status, all that kind of stuff, okay? Employment status, they want you to have $18,000 minimum. In terms of your FICO score, 585 to 600. That's about the minimum. Let me quickly talk to you about how to choose the best Wells Fargo credit card for you. Let's have a conversation about strategy. See, the whole thing is before you actually can identify the best credit cards, the best Wells Fargo credit card for you, you want to actually start with your FICO score. What is your FICO score? Which kind of category are you in? Are you in? Is it 300 to 579? Are you in a poor category? In the fair categories, that's 580 to 669. Are you good? Do you have a good FICO score? 670 to 739. Do you have very good FICO score, 740 to 799? Or do you have excellent FICO score in terms of anything above 800? So the thing here is that if you want to go for the for a low APR, high limit Wells Fargo credit card, obviously you got to have a good FICO score. But that's just one part of the equation. Another part of the equation is you need to have a good relationship with the Wells Fargo in terms of like banking relationship. Okay, so basically this is what happens here is that if you are able to, if you have a good FICO score, that's number one. Number two, you need to have a good relationship. Number three, you need to have a history of paying your bills on time, because Wells Fargo looks at, see, even beyond your FICO score, Wells Fargo is going to look at your payment history, your bill payment history. It's not about, hey, I have a FICO score, but I happen to have like some collections or some charge-offs a couple of years ago or a couple of months ago. No. You want to be sure that you are consistently making payments every time, no matter what. And maybe if you have that, Wells Fargo will appreciate you, and they might actually give you a credit card that not only is good for balance transfer, but also for rewards. So what they do is sometimes they can actually start you in one credit card category, and then they can actually upgrade you to another credit card category. They do this a lot for certain clients, and especially the clients that are good payers. So just be aware of that, of the possibilities here. That, hey, listen, the credit card that you want, the Wells Fargo credit card that you want, may not be your ideal. Your goal here is to have a foot in the door. So once you have a foot in the door, or you have a foot in the house, and Wells Fargo knows how good you are, after a while you can just ask for an upgrade. This is totally possible. They do it all the time. I have a story for you in terms of how to research the best Wells Fargo credit cards for your needs. And those are pro tips. Okay, those are things we have learned. Those are things we have seen in the last few years, the last 20 years, and especially with Wells Fargo. The thing here is that once you understand your credit score, the next step is figuring out which cards feature are best suited to your purchasing habits and needs. And it depends on your family situation. It depends, because if you're single, you're not going to have the same needs than if you are married, and if you don't have children, you're not going to have the same needs as if you are married with children, or if you're a single parent with children. So your needs will change. Also, your lifestyle will play an important role in terms of your needs, and by definition, the kind of credit cards that will appeal to you. So think about how you will use your new Wells Fargo credit card. So for reward, if you are a reward seeker, you want to think about your spending habits and the kind of rewards you like to have. So there are general rewards cards that offer a flat rate for all eligible purchases, while others let you earn rates for a certain category. So when you think about, for instance, as I just telling you have the Wells Fargo Autograph card, the Reflect card, or the Wells Fargo Active Cash card. Those are different cards, okay? There are also co-branded cards that Wells Fargo has that lets you maximize the spending in categories like travel or paying rent. So in terms of paying rent, you have the Bilt MasterCard. In terms of travel, you have the Choice Privileges MasterCard. Those are the two Choice Privileges credit cards. You have the MasterCard credit card and the Select MasterCard credit card. The bottom line is here is what? So you have options. So if you were to go with a cashback credit card, this is great for you if you don't do much traveling, and therefore wouldn't benefit from travel-focused rewards or perks. Your spending is varied across several categories, and you want a flat rate cash rewards, and you prefer to have simple redemption options. Or you can go for a low interest 0% APR or balance transfer credit card, or you want to, so if you want to earn rewards. So the bottom line is, do you want rewards? Do you want 0% like low interest APR? Do you want to have a a cashback credit card. This will depend upon, or you want to have a rent credit card. This will depend upon your situation. It will depend upon your spending pattern, and this is something that you have to actually figure out yourself. And it's very easy. If you go back to last month or the last 3 months and actually downloaded a spreadsheet of your expenses, you'll find pretty quickly what kind of spender you are. And if you need help, let us know in the comment section. We'll explain things further to you. It's very important if you are trying to get a high limit credit card from Wells Fargo to learn a little bit about let's say, the rates and fees associated with Wells Fargo credit cards. And a lot of viewers make that mistake because people think, okay, I want a Wells Fargo credit card. That's what I need anyway. Because no. As you browse potential credit cards from Wells Fargo, pay attention to the terms and conditions so you'll understand the different rates and fees. And this is kind of important. So when we talk about rates and fees, we're speaking about 5 important fees. And don't take this lightly because, fees are actually money you pay. So those are actual expenses that actually reduce your net worth. So the APR, everybody understands the APR, so I'm not going to dwell on that. But there are cards that actually charge you an annual fee. So, and depending on the geography that you're in, Wells Fargo may or may not charge annual fees on certain cards. So please inquire before you get the card from Wells Fargo. What about a balance transfer fee? So if the Wells Fargo card allows you to transfer a balance from another card, there may be a fee. It's typically around 3 to 5% of the balance. So and that fee really sort of reduces the benefits that you're getting through the balance transfer. So be very careful there also. What about a foreign transaction fee? Is the Wells Fargo card actually charging you a foreign transaction fee? Because some Wells Fargo cards will waive that fee, but if not, you may have to pay 3% or more on purchases made abroad. What about penalty fees? Now, the most common of this is a late fee for payments, which tend to go up to $40, and some Wells Fargo credit cards may charge a lower fee the first time you're late, like they try to give you a break. And so you may also incur penalty fees if you pay from an account with insufficient funds. So in addition, some Wells Fargo credit cards may increase your APR to a penalty APR if you don't keep the account in good standing. So the bottom line here is what you want to really do everything to keep to be in good standing with Wells Fargo, so that you can actually benefit from better fees, from better situations, and a lot of things. So it's very, very important. Don't actually underestimate. Even before you apply, inquire about the fees. Let me talk about the application process itself. So the Wells Fargo credit card, what is the application process itself? The thing here is that if you want to be approved, and Wells Fargo actually allows you, that Wells Fargo pays attention to 3 important things. So just make sure that you actually fill out those 3 important elements, and you are good to go. So your FICO score should be really, really, like, it goes from 575 to 600. That's the minimum FICO score that Wells Fargo will accept from any applicants. The second element here is that your income. So the income, that's basically, so the first one is your credit. Yeah, the second one is your income. So income in Wells Fargo parlance, that is your capacity to pay whatever you charge on the car. So your income, and Wells Fargo will accept you if you are making $15,000, $15,000 to $18,000 a year. That's the minimum. And so we're speaking about gross income. What I want to say here is that sometimes Wells Fargo will pay attention to your pay stubs to see what you have there, and before actually approving you for real. And so they do this a lot throughout the country. So that's number 2. The third thing is that your relationship with Wells Fargo. So you have to decide which card you want, but most importantly, which card will fit your situation. And this helps a lot if let's say if you have a less than stellar credit, and your income is like so, but you have a strong relationship with the bank, you've been with them since day one, they pay attention to that. They actually factor that a lot into their decision-making process to sort of grant you the card that they want to give. One thing you need to understand here is that in terms of In terms of personal loan, Wells Fargo is one of the largest the largest banks in the nation to offer a personal loan with a very high amount, like $100,000. So you bet when it comes to their credit cards, they are also very generous in terms of approving you. So it pays off. It really does pay to have a great relationship with Wells Fargo. So this is why you should really do everything in your power to start now, to start building a relationship with Wells Fargo right now. Don't wait until like when you're ready to apply for a credit card. No, you want to start now. I want to talk to you about Wells Fargo rewards, because when we talk about credit cards, Wells Fargo credit cards and rewards, the thing is that some people believe that Chase is the only major credit card issuer that has a lot of rewards. Wells Fargo also does have rewards. Okay, it's all about making sure that you learn more about them. As you know, as I started this conversation by telling you to choose your Wells Fargo credit card, the active cash card, the Built MasterCard, the Autograph, the Reflect, the Choice Privileges MasterCard, or the Choice Privileges Select MasterCard. So when we talk about the credit card rewards in general, you have 4 major types of credit card rewards rather. So you have 4 major rewards when it comes to credit cards. You have cashback rewards, you have points rewards, you have miles rewards, and then you have hotel rewards. So you got to ask yourself, this is a question that I've been asking throughout this show. I wanted to have a clear idea that what kind of rewards are you looking for. And when we talk about earning credit card rewards point, you need to understand that the rewards points earning structures depend upon the issuer. Wells Fargo actually can they are very flexible. Sometimes they'll go with the flat rate. Sometimes they'll go with tiered earnings, and sometimes they'll go with rotating categories. It really depends upon the state you're in. And what we have found is that Wells Fargo actually runs campaigns. They run promos based on the state that you're in. So if you are in New York, you might get a different promo than if you are, let's say, in Connecticut or New Jersey. Even though those states are like if they share a border. So this is not really a big deal, like state line. But if you were, let's say, in California versus New York, and you see different offers, then hey, listen, it is what it is. And the bottom line here is that if you want to actually really make more money, you want to maximize spending on your highest point earning categories. Okay, and because you also need to take advantage of introductory bonus points that Wells Fargo has every now and then. And the good thing is you can also redeem your credit card rewards points, your Wells Fargo credit card rewards points through a transfer to a travel partner's loyalty program, make a charitable donation, buy merchandise from retailers, pay for specific retailer purchases using points, or getting a statement credit for items already purchased. So you do have the option to do a lot of things, and you have the option to ask whether or not you are basically getting the best deal ever. But the bottom line is here that just start by actually choosing the right card and making sure the card actually fits your credit profile. And you have to also constantly ask yourself, when should you save up and when should you cash in? When we speak about credit card rewards, okay? Because you need to actually accumulate your credit card rewards until a certain point, and then from there you can make a determination as to what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So those are questions you got to ask yourself. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to apply for a Wells Fargo credit card and get approved. So I gave you here's a recap here. So number 1, I spoke about the card choice. Number 2, the steps. Number 3, the strategy. Number 4, pro tips. Number 5, bonus. Number 6, the application. Number 7, the rewards. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.